My name is Dajuan Klein, and I'm going to tell you the real story of Malcolm X. Malcolm X was born as Malcolm Little on May 19, 1925 in Omaha, Nebraska. His mother, Lois Norton Little, was a homemaker occupied with a family of 8 children. His father, Earl Little, was an outspoken Baptist minister and avid supporter of nationalist leader Marcus Garvey. Earl's civil rights activism promoted death threats from the white supremacist organization Black Legion, forcing the family to relocate twice before Malcolm X's 4th birthday. Regardless of the Littles' efforts to elude the Legion, in 1929 their Lansing, Michigan home was burned down to the ground, and 2 years later Earl's mutilated body was found laying across the town's trolley tracks. Police ruled them both accidents, but the Littles were certain that the members of the Black Legion were responsible. Lois had an emotional breakdown several years after the death of her husband and was committed to a mental institution. Her children were split up among various foster homes and orphanages. Everyone knows that Malcolm X was a great person and accomplished a lot through the civil rights movement. But does anybody know that he was not always good? He used to get in lots of trouble, and I will tell you about the times he went to jail. In the mid-1940s, Malcolm X, along with a group of associates in Boston, began a series of elaborate burglaries targeting the residents of wealthy white families. On January 12, 1946, Malcolm X was arrested for burglary while trying to pick up a stolen watch he had left for repairs in a jewelry shop.
Time I put it different, a Muslim American, a minister, a public speaker, and a human rights activist. After living in a series of foster homes, Malcolm X became involved in hustling and other criminal activities in Boston and New York. In 1946, Malcolm X was sentenced to 8 to 10 years in prison. On February 21st, 1965, in Manhattan, a Dajuan ballroom, Malcolm X began to speak at a meeting of Organization of Afro-Americans Unity. When a disturbance broke out in the crowd of 400 men, a man yelled, "Nigger, get out of my pocket," as Malcolm X and his bodyguard moved to quiet the disturbance. A man rushed forward and shot him in the chest with a sawed-off shotgun. While in prison, Malcolm X became a member of the Nation Islam. After his parole in 1952, he became one of the nation's leaders and chief spokesman. For nearly a dozen years, he was the public face of Nation of Islam. Tension between Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad, head of Malcolm's departure from the organization in March of 1964.
The Black Panther Party. Originally, the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was an African-American revolutionary left-wing organization working for the self-defense for black people. It was active in the United States from the mid-1960s into the mid-1970s. The Black Panthers was founded in Oakland, California by Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton on October 15, 1996. The organization initially set forth of a doctrine calling primarily for the protection of African American neighborhoods from police brutality. The main purpose of the BPP was to empower African Americans during a period of time when most African Americans could not make much progress. Many young black men and women went to war against their wishes. The BPP was not spared in these times of hostility.